under fading skies. Tattered flags waving dreams in our eyes. The crowds roar like a storm on the wind. We're the underdogs fighting again.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy goddamn Monday. I hope you guys are doing well today. Let me ask you guys a question. How was the start to your work week? I know that for the most part, man, I dragged ass, but I was looking forward to this evening because obviously, man, it's another edition of USMNT Yanks Abroad as another weekend has passed. And of course, this was actually kind of a big one considering we are on the cusp of the start of the October window. So, I was hoping we were going to have some good performances. I think we did. But also, more importantly, man, I've been waiting. I've been desperately waiting to talk about our striker pool because finally, God damn it, finally, there was some goal production. And of course, before we get into it, man, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons because, man, yeah, just let me tell you, man, just hit the like and subscribe buttons. All right, man, let's go ahead and get into it. And of course, we're going to start off with the strikers because why wouldn't we? We always start off with strikers, and we begin in Ligue 1. And of course, I'm talking about striker 1, Flo Balogun, as his AS Monaco, played to a 2-2 draw against Nice. Balogun had 45 minutes. Essentially came on at the half, managed one shot on 17 touches, 6 in the opposition box. So it's nice to see he's working his way down there. 6 of 10 of accurate passes, and most importantly, he was able to draw a penalty. And it's a little too bad that he wasn't able to finish off the penalty. It would have been nice, but it's nice seeing. The little things paying off, not only for Monaco, but also Balogun as well, too. I actually had him at a 7.1 rating. All things considered, man, it was a nice workmanlike performances, being able to draw the penalty. I really wish he would have finished off the penalty, but, man, beggars can't be choosers. So, I mean, seriously, in 45 minutes, man, Balo getting a 7.1 rating, man, I'm pretty happy with that. Ricardo Pepi did not play, obviously still dealing with the leg strain. He will be out for the October camp. But that being said, Josh Sargent. And it's unfortunate. In a 3-1 loss to Ipswich, Norwich City is not necessarily playing all that well right now. And because of it, Josh is not playing well. I know he got off to the hot start, but all you have to do is watch 90 minutes of Norwich football, and you can understand exactly what's going on with them. Josh did play a full 90, managed 2 shots on net, 31 touches, 3 in the opposition box, 10 of 21 accurate passes, 6 into the final third. And it looked like defensively, again, it was one of those type of performances, 3 of 4 ground duels, 5 of 9 in aerial duels, and to manage a 7 rating. Again, this is exactly what's been happening with Josh over the course of the last 4 or 5 weeks. There's just absolutely no service. They actually ditched the 3-4-2-1. It didn't suit them, so now they're a little bit more compact in the back because they were leaking goals. Goes to a double pivot, 4-2-3-1. playing a little too narrow, but the problem is they don't have the players to play direct. And, unfortunately, it just doesn't suit Josh game. And again, now for like the 5th straight week since the end, going into the September camp, he's been without a goal. Tough shit. I mean, it's all about goals, really. But it sucks because obviously this is a big Josh Sargent channel. And I like it when he scores, but unfortunately, it's been 5 weeks. It's unfortunate. And of course, Josh will not be in the October camp. Haji Wright, Coventry City, with a 5-0 thrashing of Sheffield Wednesday. And Haji was fantastic, man. 74 minutes played, did score a goal on 4 shots, 30 touches, 9 in the opposition box, 7 of 12 accurate passing, 2 of 2 accurate long balls. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Josh, unfortunately, where Josh could not break through, Haji Wright definitely broke through. And I love this because we are on the cusp of the October camp. So he actually wanted to come into the October camp red hot. He did that. I have as a 7.8 rating. And, the thing about Haji is again, the transformation of what we expect Haji to be at the club level. Last couple of years, he's been playing on the left side. This year, Frank Lampard said, you know what, screw it, man. I'm putting you up top, let you do your thing. And he's been absolutely brilliant. I guess the question moving forward is, at what point are we actually going to recognize Haji Wright as potentially being the best American striker in the championship? Obviously, Josh has a couple of years head start. But that being said, man, Haji kind of overtook him a little bit. And I'm glad because that's what I want for strikers coming into the camp. I want them to be in form. I want them to be red hot. And hopefully Haji gets rewarded with a start in one of those 2 games because I think he's earned it. Turning to the other guy, Patrick Agyemang. And of course, he is actually building up to a full 90. But again, man, Agyemang, Derby County played to a 1-1 draw against Southampton. He plays 79 minutes, and he also scores a goal on 2 shots. Only managed 28 touches, 2 in the opposition box, 10 of 4 accurate passing. But again, he scores goals. And it's nice now. Last week against Wrexham, he managed an assist. This week, he gets his first goal. And I give him a 7.5 rating. And again, the questions of whether or not Patrick Agyemang was going to, potentially work out in the championship, better quality talent than you'll find in Major League Soccer. And of course, there's no discrepancy between attacks and defenses as there is in Major League Soccer. So there's going to be better competition. And again, as soon as he starts playing some of the topper teams in the championship, you wonder whether or not this will translate. But as of right now, man, Patrick Agyemang, again, just like Haji Wright, is going into the U.S. camp on fire, in form. And you can understand exactly why Mauricio Pochettino had no problem bringing in Agyemang for an injured Pepe. And lastly, with the striker group, of course, on the other side of this matchup for Southampton was Damian Downs. And he only managed 30 minutes, but again, he's getting time, but he's not taking advantage of this time. Only amassed 11 touches in 30 minutes, 1 in the opposition box, and that was it. That it's unfortunate too because I actually gave Damian Downs a lot of credit for betting on himself by going to the championship because again, Southampton is going to be one of those teams that's projected to go right back up. And Damian's got talent to the point where you can envision a scenario where he becomes the starter. But that's not going to happen unless he takes advantage of the minutes that he's getting so far this season through 9 appearances. He has yet to score his first championship goal, and it's kind of a bummer. It's kind of bumming me out. And I only gave him a 5.5 rating. That's below average because that's what it deserves, man. But that I'll tell you what, man. Having 2 of 5 strikers put the ball in the back of the net, man. I'm so happy because I've been waiting 4 or 5 weeks now to talk about the striker pool, essentially since they took off for September camp, and it's been literally just a dormant of bullshit. But I'm glad to see 2 of the 3 entering camp on goals. Turning our attention to the forwards now, and we're going to begin with Christian Pulisic. His AC Milan side drew 0-0 with Juventus. He did manage to play 74 minutes. 2 shots on net, 45 touches, 4 in the opposition box, 27 of 31 accurate passes, 2 into the final third. And of course, you're saying, "Oh, that's a pretty good game." It's like, no, dude. He missed a penalty, right? This was Allegri's return to Juve. Everything was looking good. And of course, Christian gets the opportunity to take a penalty and he fucks it up. It is what it is, man. They're human. They're not going to bury every single one of them. Every once in a while, this shit is going to happen. But because of that, I had to mark Christian down. Outside of the missed penalty, I guess he was fine. He manages a 6.5 rating. And it's odd having Christian below a 7, but it is what it is, man. When you miss penalties, you're going to get docked a full point in my book. And I'm sorry, man. It just is what it is. Turning to Malik Tillman, of course, Bayer Leverkusen had a 2-0 victory over Union Berlin. He played a full 90, manages 3 shots on 74 touches, 5 into the opposition box, 40 of 48 of accurate passes, 2 into the final third, 4 defensive contributions, 7 of 10 ground duels, 4 of 4 of aerial duels. Holy shit. Malik also flexing a little bit of his defensive muscle, and overall, it's easy for me to rate players higher, even when they don't score goals. Obviously, for guys like Christian and guys like Malik Tillman, they are based on whether or not they score goals. But that being said, when you see solid performances on both ends of the pitch, you kind of have to rate them up a little bit, because this is actually letting everybody know that not only can Malik hang in the Bundesliga, but he's actually going to be consistently putting out good performances. And yes, the goals will come. And I have him at a 7.5 rating. And it's worthy of it because Malik was everywhere on the pitch and he was doing his job. Fair enough. Alex Zendejas, Club America, a 3-0 win over Santos Laguna. Zendejas played 75 minutes, did manage to chip in an assist. He did have 3 shots on goal, 3 chances created, 66 touches, 6 passes into the final third. Let's see. Excuse me. No, I'm sorry. 66 touches, 6 in the opposition box. Excuse me about that. 40 of 46 of accurate passes, 6 into the final third, 2 for 2 with accurate long balls. And he gets an 8 rating because, again, this is now his 6th straight performance, 6th straight match with at least a goal contribution, whether it was goal or an assist now. And so now he's got a nice little streak going for Club America. And again, just like Haji, just like Agyemang, he goes into the October camp absolutely red hot, completely in form. And this is absolutely kind of getting my wheels turning a little bit, because the last time we saw Zendejas in a USMNT shirt, he scored a goal, and it seems like he's kept up his goal contribution streak. He's kept that going. And again, man, if you're a USMNT fan and you see these type of performances, and you see that your strikers are scoring goals, and you see that your forwards are scoring goals, of course, Christian, outside of the missed penalty, he's been red hot for AC Milan as well too. And so now it kind of gets you thinking, especially with that first match against Ecuador, depending on how they line up. I mean, this team is going to look good. Let's turn to Timmy Weah, as Olympique Marseille had a 3-0 victory over Metz. And Timmy was in the right back position. And he played 79 minutes. Did manage a shot on net, 65 touches, 6 in the opposition box, 42 of 49 of accurate passes. 3 of those went to the final third. He did manage to create 2 chances on his own, 5 defensive contributions, 4 of 7 of ground duels. And Timmy's performance was excellent, man. Even from a defensive standpoint, he's getting forward, and it gives you something else to think about, especially if they're going to be playing in that back 3 with 2 wing backs. The idea that you can put Timmy Weah in that position and he'll be able to hold his own, because defensively he's okay. Obviously, he gets forward. He has the goal threat, and with that performance yesterday, I actually gave him a 7.2 rating. I thought Timmy was pretty excellent. Brendan Aronson, to round out the forwards, his Leeds lost to my beloved Tottenham Hotspur 2-1. Brendan did manage 67 minutes playing on the right side of an attacking 3. He managed 1 shot on 30 touches. One of those touches happened in the opposition box. Looks like he was 15 of 17 of accurate passes. 2 of those went into the final third, and that was pretty much it for Brendan Aronson. And of course, Brendan gives you a high motor. That's just what he is. And by the way, I think he was fouled 5 times. That dude is a lightning rod for fouls in the Premier League. But I gave him a 6.5 rating. I thought it was solid. I didn't think it was anything to write home about because, again, I guess when we talk about forwards, we are measuring it with their ability to score goals. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Brendan has scored a goal yet in the Premier League through 6 or 7 weeks. So it is what it is. He's playing in the Premier League. He's playing in the Premier League, and it was going to be tough for Brendan. But that being said, he's now starting. He's a regular member of that starting 11. And that actually has to count for something. And as long as he continues to at least be on the pitch, I would probably assume that goals are going to be coming. Let's turn to our eights, our center mids, and we begin with Weston McKennie. And of course, he played on the opposite side of Christian Pulisic. And West got his second straight start. He started midweek. This time he played the full 90 in his preferred position. He did manage 2 shots on net, 38 touches, 4 in the opposition box, 22 of 26 of accurate passes. 4 of those went into the final third. And defensively, not a lot to write home about. But again, now West has now got his second straight start. He's getting full 90s now, and of course that leads into the October camp, which he'll be a part of. I had West at about a 6.7. Again, not a lot to write home about this one for West, but it's nice seeing him getting multiple starts. I'll just say that. The question is whether or not that trend is going to continue post-October camp. We'll see. Yunus Musa did see the field in a 1-1 draw against Como, but he only managed 16 minutes. And again, this is the story for Yunus Musa. He moves to Atlanta because he was going to be able to at least focus on the position where he actually can play the best and give the U.S. men's national team something a little bit better than what we have seen from him over the last year. Considering with AC Milan, he was playing everywhere, and it was kind of disrupting his development as a box-to-box type of player. But that being said, 16 minutes yesterday, 15 touches, 5 of 8 of accurate passing. 2 of those went to the final third. And it looks like one of successful dribbles, I guess. I did manage 5 of 6 ground duels, but again, 6.5 rating, which is about as average as it's going to get. And granted, it was only 16 minutes. And, with Yunus, I guess it's the same thing with Damian Downs. Take advantage of the minutes that you get. See if you can build upon it and potentially find yourself as a starter. But that being said, he's still playing behind Pasalic, who is their club captain. So I would find it incredibly hard to believe that, Yunus is going to find a lot of starts. Maybe in European play, maybe. How about Gianluca Busio? And this is the second week that Gianluca is featured in my countdown because, again, I understand Serie B, not exactly the strongest league, but yet he continues to put out performances for Venezia. And they won 3-0 against Frosinone. He played 82 minutes, did manage a shot on 44 touches, 31 of 33 accurate passes. 4 of those went into the final third, 1 of 2 accurate long balls. And yesterday he was the most accurate passer in Serie B, completing 94% of his passes from the midfield, and he delivered a 7 rating. And so this is now his 5th straight performance with a 7 rating or better. And it looks like Gianluca Busio is continuing what he did last year in Serie A, where he was essentially Venezia's most consistent player. And I think he's got 3 goals on the season so far for Venezia. But that being said, he's also got a nice little assist pile as well too. This one, I think the last couple matches didn't have either. But that being said, his performances are consistent, and it makes you wonder whether or not this could be an option in camps to come. We'll see. I don't think so, but you never know. Let's go ahead and talk about the center defensive mids. Tyler Adams is not a part of the October camp because obviously his wife is having their second child. But he did play this weekend in a 3-1 victory over Fulham. Adams played 78 minutes, managed 1 shot on net. He had 68 touches, 54 of 62 accurate passes. 8 of those went into the final third. 3 of 4 of accurate long balls. He had 10 defensive contributions, 2 interceptions, 6 recoveries, and that's good enough for a 7.2 rating. And again, Tyler Adams, again, Mr. Consistency at that position. Just again, the style of which they play at Bournemouth was the style in which we saw against Japan, where he's able to just put out fires across the pitch. And he just does it so well, especially if you have another stay-at-home 6. So from that standpoint, man, I just love watching Tyler play. He's so goddamn good. I think he's going to be missed in this camp, especially in that match against Ecuador. Tanner Tessman. Olympic Lyon, they lost 2-1 at Toulouse. He did play 89 minutes. He had 57 touches, 41 of 48 accurate passes. 4 of those went into the final third. 4 of 5 have accurate long balls, but only 3 defensive contributions, 2 interceptions, but he was 4 of 4 of ground duels. He did manage a 7 rating as well, too. And again, the thing about Tanner is that you know exactly what you're going to get. But that being said, the evolution of Tanner Tessman, I say this every goddamn week. It's like the evolution of putting himself in a position where he made that huge jump from Serie B to Ligue 1, and he's just gotten better. It seems like every single week once he found his footing, he was just getting better every single goddamn week. Of course, you know, this year he's kind of featured some goals. Not this last weekend, but that's okay. You don't need your 6s to score goals. If they do, that's just kind of extra. But he had himself a pretty good performance, even in a loss to Toulouse. Aidan Morris with Middlesbrough. They lost 1-0 to Portsmouth, and it sucks that they lose to Pompey, but it is what it is. He played 90 minutes, managed 3 shots on net, 98 touches. That's insane. 98 touches. 4 of those in the opposition box, 73 of 79 accurate passes. Unbelievable. 13 of those went into the final third. 4 of 7 of accurate long balls. He had 4 defensive contributions, 8 of 11 ground duels, and he himself also got a 7 rating as well, too. I mean, he started the season absolutely on fire. And don't get me wrong, there's been a little drop off, but not that much to the point where it's going to affect his status with the national team. He will be in camp. And it's like, you know, if all 3 of those guys were in camp, I think we would have been all right. But that being said, you want all these guys coming into form, and he certainly is 100% in form. Lastly, James Sands of St. Pauli. They lost 1-0 to Werder Bremen. He played 71 minutes, managed a shot on net, 61 touches. That's insane. 38 of 45 accurate passes. 8 of those went into the final third. He had 6 defensive contributions this last weekend, 3 interceptions, 2 of 2 in aerial duels, and he himself barked up a 7 rating as well, too, and a 2-1 loss. So it's nice seeing our 3 CDMs overseas do well this last weekend as far as consistency goes, and I was pretty happy with all their performances. I want to welcome in Nate Holloway. Always gives me the RIFC, and I always ask him how well they did, and of course, 3-1 win against the Las Vegas Lights. Nice, man. All right, RIFC-TID, man, till we die. Excellent, man. I'm glad that Rhode Island are doing well. Turning our attention to the fullbacks, Anthony Robinson did not play, which in itself is not really all that surprising. It seems like he's kind of intermittent, staggering his performances. And of course, it's the knee that he's trying to get fully recovered from, although he did feature in the last couple matches, but he sat this one out this last weekend, which was a 3-1 loss to Bournemouth. And of course, he's going to be in camp, and we still have no idea what that's going to look like. And of course, Nate says there's 3 games left in the season. Excellent, man. But that being said, we'll see exactly how this plays out. I was a little surprised that he was actually going to be called into this camp, but if he's 100% ready to go, he is what it is. Serginho Dest. They won PSV won 4-0 against PEZ Zwolle. He played 73 minutes, managed a shot on net, 73 touches, 2 in the opposition box, 49 of 53 accurate passes. 5 of those went into the final third. Only managed 2 defensive contributions. And it was kind of a 7-ish. I would probably knock him down a couple points, like maybe 6-8. It wasn't anything to write home about. He didn't do anything special. He was just Okay. It was a good performance. Not a great performance. It just was what it was. Joe Scally. Borussia Mönchengladbach drew 0-0 against Fribourg. He played the full 90. He also managed a shot on net, 53 touches, 31 of 38 accurate passes, 3 of those in the final third, 5 defensive contributions, 3 clearances, 2 of 2 of accurate passes, and he managed a 7 rating as well too. And again, that's what you're going to get from Joe Scally. The only difference is this year he's actually getting forward. He's actually a focal piece in Gladbach's attack, and that's an element I don't think anybody was going to that wasn't something I didn't think anybody saw coming. But it's nice to see that little wrinkle, right? The question is whether or not Pochettino is ever going to call him back into camp. Because it's kind of insane that we have a right back. And so if you don't have Dest, it's insane that Joe Scally's not getting called in, considering like the performances that he's putting up in the Bundesliga. It's just insane. John Tolkien, his Holstein Kiel drew 1-1 with Darmstadt, and he played 62 minutes. Wasn't exactly the greatest performance. Managed 1 shot on 52 touches, 2 in the opposition box, 23 of 32 accurate passes. 3 passes went into the final third. Only 2 of 8 of accurate passes. He wasn't great. Looks like he took 3 corners, 1 of 1 of aerial duels. It was kind of like a meh performance from John Tolkien, so I gave him a 6.5 rating. It is what it is. He's not going to be great every single week, but he definitely is. At least as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to backup, left back, left wing back, I think he's like really the only wing back in our pool. Of course, he gets overlooked a lot for Max Arfston. It just is what it is. Turning our attention to the center backs, Chris Richards. Crystal Palace finally lost a match in a run of play. They lost 2-1 to Everton, but Richards did play well, 90 minutes, did manage a shot, 55 touches, which is insane, 2 in the opposition box. 29 of 35 accurate passes. 3 of those went into the final third. He had 10 defensive contributions, 2 interceptions, 5 clearances, 6 of 10 of aerial duels. And for me, at least, that was good for a 7 rating. And I thought it was pretty. I thought it was actually not a bad performance. All that was said. Given exactly what happened at the end when Jack Grealish scored the winner in the 90+3. It just is what it is, right? You're not going to win every match. He played pretty well. Mark McKenzie, obviously Toulouse beat Lyon 2-1. He played a full 90, had 42 touches, 16 of 19 accurate passes, 3 in the final third, 7 defensive contributions, 2 interceptions, 4 clearances, and it looks like he was 1 of 2 of aerial duels, and he himself earned a 7 as well too. And Cameron Carter-Vickers, as Celtic beat Motherwell 3-2. He played a full 90, had 92 touches. It's insane. He averages like 90 to 105 touches per match. 77 of 81 accurate passes, 13 into the final 3, 6 defensive contributions, 4 clearances, 3 of 4 ground duels, 6 of 9 aerial duels, and that was actually good enough for a 7.4. And Cameron Carter-Vickers, again, we've talked about this early in the show about the consistency, but also coming in form. He's coming in form. And it's well earned. I understand the Scottish League. It is what it is, man. We're not going to go over it. I would probably assume that Major League Soccer might be a better league than the Scottish Premier. But that being said, he is the best defender playing on the best team. It is what it is. You're going to have these stat lines, but but again, man, he's in form. And we're going to finish up real quick with goalkeepers. And it wasn't a good week for our keepers overseas, as Ethan Horvath, as Sheffield Wednesday got blown out by Coventry City 5-0. Obviously played the entire 90, made 4 saves. All right, starting off good. Tell me more. He conceded 5 goals. 33 touches, 12 of 25 accurate passes, 5 of 17 accurate long balls, and he was not good. This is his first real bad performance in the championship this season. And otherwise, he's actually been pretty solid for Sheffield Wednesday. And for those that are tuning in and don't understand what's going on in Sheffield Wednesday, they got points taken away. They're on a points deduction. transfer embargo, and they can't make any transfers. The only thing they can do is free. And those frees have to be approved by the EFL. He was one of those frees. So he's playing behind just an absolutely dreadful back line. And so it's not surprising that one of these matches were going to happen for him. Unfortunately, you have to rate it for what it's worth, and that was worth a 5 rating. Horvath did not look good, but again, how much of that was on Horvath and how much it was on the fact that his defense is absolutely trash. It is what it is. And then, of course, we finish up with Jonathan Klinsmann. His Cesena lost 2-1 to ACU Reggiano. He played a full 90, had 0 saves in that match yesterday. Conceded to 28 touches, 21 of 24 accurate passes, 3 of 6 accurate long balls. He did have 6 recoveries, but again, not a good performance. 5.1 rating, and that is your Yanks Abroad. But I will say that, as we are going into the October window, and of course I was looking forward to this episode because I was curious to see exactly what kind of statement we were going to see from our European pool players. And I think overall, we got good performances across the board. Did I want to see more than 2 strikers score goals? Of course. But at least 2 of the 3 that are going to be in camp are coming into camp, putting the ball in the back of the net. From that standpoint, they're in form. We know that Christian's coming into form, and it's nice to see that Mal Tillman has stringed together at least 3 or 4 matches where he's having very good performances. And so from that standpoint, it's actually encouraging to see that, there wasn't really a shitload of players that had dropped off the map this week outside of the keepers, but who gives a shit about Ethan Horvath or Jonathan Klinsmann? They're not coming into camp. So from that standpoint, it was like the keepers had the worst of the week, but okay, fine. Outside of that, 2 of our 5 center backs are coming in, having a good performance. From that standpoint, when I look at it across the board, it's like, it's nice seeing Wes get multiple starts. It's good to see Zendejas, by the way. Zendejas has 6 straight matches with at least, with at least a goal contribution. And Timmy Weah is actually playing well. So it's like, when I look at this week, I see consistency, which makes me happy because at least you guys should know that when these guys hit training tomorrow, that they're going to be able to hit the ground running and that they're going to be accurately prepared for Ecuador. There's no excuses. That's my point, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. There are absolutely no excuses for a shambolic performance against Ecuador because a lot of these guys are coming into form, if not already in form. So for me, that makes me happy. So from that standpoint, man, it's going to be interesting, man. I'm actually pleasantly excited for Saturday against Ecuador. I'm sure you guys are as well. But drop something in the comment section for me, man. Who did you think had the best performance of the week? Who do you think had the worst performance of the weekend? And also make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. By the way, quick programming tomorrow. I welcome back Jeff Lageson from Prost International. We are going to be talking about this roster a little bit more in depth, but we're also going to be talking about this weird narrative that seemed to have popped up over the last 5 years that MLS players should be nowhere near the national team. So we're going to get into that conversation tomorrow, and it should be fun. Jeff is always a great guy, so it's going to be fun talking to him. And then, of course, as the week progresses, we are potentially doing a pre-match build-up for USA versus Ecuador. If that does not happen, then of course we have the live stream on Saturday, beginning a couple 15, 20 minutes prior to the start of the match. And of course, we will be back against Australia as well too. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank Nate Holloway, who obviously joined us in the chat today. It's good seeing you, Nate. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons because, man, this channel is growing, and I'm definitely appreciative of those that have decided to sub. And again, man, I'm excited for this upcoming weekend. The October friendlies. And again, man, this is now a litmus test for this team, right? Because there's no excuses. When you look at the series of friendlies between now and World Cup 2026, man, all of these games are going to be against teams that we're going to potentially see in the World Cup. And so from this standpoint, there are no excuses. So from that standpoint, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, man, make sure you hit that like and subscribe buttons. And we will see you tomorrow night with Jeff Lageson. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Rusted goalposts under fading skies.